The daughter of Captain Sir Tom Moore expresses her regret over the way proceeds from her father's autobiography were used.
The daughter of Captain Sir Tom Moore has apologised if people felt misled about the way proceeds from her father's autobiography were used.
An investigation by the Charity Commission found the family refused to donate any of the near £1.5 million raised from 3 books, despite assurances that part of that money would be passed to the Captain Tom Foundation. Our reporter Justin Dealey has this exclusive interview with Hannah Ingram-Moore.
He was the World War II veteran and renowned pandemic fundraiser who became a household name during the first COVID-19 lockdown. But in the years following the death of Captain Sir Tom Moore, it's his daughter, Hannah Ingram-Moore, and her family that have made the headlines. Frequently because of the charity set up in her late father's name, a charity she now says she wishes she'd never become involved with.
That is our biggest regret, because in hindsight, we didn't need to do that. It didn't need to be set up as a charity. We could have continued that legacy without it, because what it's done is all but completely derailed our lives.
Following an investigation into the Captain Tom Foundation, last year the Charity Commission found Hannah Ingram-Moore and her husband Colin, who were both trustees of the charity, benefited from and mismanaged the foundation. A 3-book deal between Captain Tom and publisher Penguin was one incident that was scrutinised. The report found the Ingram-Moores damaged public trust in charities by refusing to donate any of the £1.47 million advance from the book deal. Hannah says it was her father's wish the advance went to his family, and some of that money was used to launch the foundation. For those people that maybe did feel a bit misled, would you like to say anything to those people now?
I'm sorry they feel misled. I genuinely am, but there was never any intent to mislead. And if there was any misleading, it wasn't our doing.
The Charity Commission have asked you on numerous occasions to make a donation to charity. Are you going to do that?
We have made, much money has gone. It's already happened, and they also know that.
Can you be more specific in terms of how much money from the book advance was spent on the Captain Tom Foundation to help it launch?
Do you know what? I don't think that's even the right thing to do. I don't think it's helpful now for me to put another number out, because that's the number everyone will talk about. So there is nothing dishonest about what happened. The book said it would support the launch, and it did.
In response, the Charity Commission said,
"Our rigorous investigation found repeated instances where Hannah and Colin Ingram-Moore's actions blurred the boundaries between their private interests and those of the charity. We stand by the findings of our inquiry, which are based on robust evidence."
Hannah says the negative headlines have meant her work as a business consultant dried up. She's now turned to writing, self-publishing a book about grief, writing a future book on resilience, and confirming an autobiography is also in the pipeline. In the book, you say the spread of misinformation and public speculation about why my father died was profoundly hurtful. You go on to say, I realised the importance of holding on to what I knew the truth to be. What do you mean by that?
Well, already there was a dark undercurrent. In fact, that deep, dark undercurrent started already when my father was fundraising. When we were there as his unit behind the scenes, it started. There were memes of me doing despicable things to my father. There were people saying that we should all die in our beds. And we could never reconcile that. Right? But we're raising money for the NHS. How can people think that's a bad thing? So we were aware of the undercurrent. It was there, but we never told my father about it. How could we? We managed it, and we went through our own difficulties understanding that. But by the time he died, there was then speculation of, oh, it's because we took him here. He died and he got it from here, he got it from there. It's because we neglected him. And you start to lose hold of the narrative that you know to be true.
Hannah believes her father would have been devastated by the fallout of the past few years, yet despite it all, she says the family don't regret his record-breaking fundraising walk.
In the darkest time the world had in recent times, he, beyond the politicians, beyond anyone else, said it's going to be okay. Tomorrow will be a good day. He said it because he was 100. and he'd been through a world war, somehow his genuine self looked down the lens of that camera and said to people, it's okay, we're going to get through this. And they believed him, at least they wanted to believe him, that he left this imprint of hope around the world.
So you don't ever think, I wish we'd never done it?
Oh, I wish that we hadn't been used, but no, how? How could we ever unwish that?